Man was living right next to a playground, but a search of his home unearthed a sick secret stash.
The images are of child pornography.
And that's not all. The legal items investigators found particularly troubling. Hear the owner's explanation when we got him on the phone and where the case stands now. Tonight on the 10 o'clock news, complete Bay Area news coverage.
Also tonight's special report, what was found inside this camper that has authorities so concerned and why the owner says he can explain.
Every KTVU Channel 2 newscast now streams live on KTVU.com.
Tonight's special report focuses on a man who appeared in court today on child pornography charges. Authorities in San Francisco say they found all kinds of incriminating information inside his camper. But the suspect says it's all a big misunderstanding. KTVU's David Stevenson tonight with the evidence and the explanation.
You may notice them around San Francisco, campers that seem to be permanently parked on a city street, home to the owners inside. This camper caught the eye of police last October when it was parked in front of a public library on Scott Street. Inside, FBI investigators say was Robert Glenn McDougal and a collection of thousands of disturbing and illegal images.
The images are of child pornography.
Police reports say searches over several months found pictures, posters, and magazine cutouts of adult and teenage actresses and adolescent girls, pornographic father-daughter incest-themed novels, and hard drives, some encrypted.
We have forensically gone through numerous hard drives and computers that were located within, and we have indeed found some images that were concerning to us.
The FBI says some of those hard drives contain child porn, thousands of photos of bikini-wearing underage girls posed sexually, hardcore pornographic images of young girls, dozens of cartoon images depicting the rape of children, and 35 videos, some showing young girls having sex with adult men. McDougal was arrested in January and is out on bail, facing federal charges of possession of child porn. He was in federal court today for a pretrial hearing.
Yeah, I don't really know what they think they have found or what they have found. They haven't come up with anything yet as far as discovery.
By phone, McDougal said he's lived in a camper for that neighborhood for about 20 years. He says his hard drives might contain at most 2 or 3 illegal pictures that he downloaded, not knowing the models were underage. What about some of the sexual material, the books that depict sexual relations between older men and children?
Perfectly legal fiction.
Police say when they first looked into the camper, they saw cameras mounted inside as well as children's toys. A later search of the cram camper found duct tape and maps of Oregon, Washington, and California with parks circled.
Obviously, given the material that we found, we are concerned that if there are any victims out there, that we understand where those victims are.
They're trying to imply that I'm a person who would go around and seek the company of children. And I point out, no, I don't do that.
He's always been a loner. He's always been by himself. In my opinion, he couldn't hurt a fly.
Neighbor Alex Studer says they're both in the Stagehands Union, where McDougal is a media technician.
I have never, ever seen him in the many years that I've known him ever bring anybody into his vehicle, much less a child.
McDougal says he camps near parks because there are no parking restrictions. He says he is an avid photographer who photographs his grandchildren. He says the toys in his camper are for his granddaughter.
We were walking through Golden Gate Park, and she saw some kids playing soccer, and she said, "Oh, I wish I had a soccer ball." So the next time I was at Goodwill, I saw one, and I bought it.
The FBI says it has no proof that McDougal has approached or inappropriately photographed any children. McDougal's federal court-appointed attorney calls it a, quote, ridiculous case. Still, the FBI tells us they believe McDougal may have been traveling the Pacific coast from California to Seattle, and they are working with police in those areas. In San Francisco, David Stevenson, KTVU, Channel 2 News.